Hey everyone, this is Joe in general, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast, and today we are talking about Bitcoin again so soon after my previous Bitcoin video. Why? Because we've hit another momentous milestone. We have surpassed the price of gold and it's already hitting the big time news. For example, Business Insider Australia, Bitcoin is now worth more than gold. Sydney Morning Herald, Bitcoin worth more than gold as price reaches all-time high. This is the first time that one Bitcoin is worth more than 1 ounce of gold. If we take the price right now, this is based on the bitcoinwisdom.com charts, specifically the Bitstamp exchange, and it's priced in US dollars, $1,260 even right now. We take a look at the current gold price, and you've got a 1 ounce price of $1,233.22 for 1 ounce of gold. So Bitcoin is higher. Never happened before. It did reach it once. It reached parity once before. Now that was in 2013. Here you've got a Bitcoin to gold ratio chart. So basically you take the price of Bitcoin divided by the price of gold and you get this ratio number. Now 1 equals parity or even. It means that the price of Bitcoin and gold are exactly the same. And that did happen once before in 2013, very briefly, and then Bitcoin had a bit of a sell-off, and so it's been quite a while since we've been back up to parity. But if we punch into the weekly time frame, overnight we did punch through the price of gold. Now Bitcoin went up and gold also went down. It was up at about 1250 US and it also went down, so that's the reason why we did punch through. Well, two reasons. The price of Bitcoin did go up as well, but the price of gold did go down. So that does see a fast move over the parity line. But we're still tracking over parity. We're up at around about 0.03 over the price. So this is pretty momentous historical stuff. Now, my previous video, this one here, Bitcoin price prediction for 2017 with technical analysis. This was a larger overview of where I think the price may go in all of 2017. But at the start of the video, we were looking at the price as it was a few days ago. And we're looking here at this is the video, the older video. This is the 3-day time frame. And see this red candle here? Well, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candlesticks in, this is where the price was. And it was sitting at around about 1182. And in that video, I was talking about this longer term upward trend line here. So what I did is I drew a trend channel. So as you can see here, touching the high points in the uptrend and the low points in the uptrend. So the upward line and the lower line. And I was talking about in this video that we were probably very likely soon the price to soon touch that upward trend line here. And I think in that video I was mentioning a price of between $1,250 to $1,300 US, depending on when it touched that line. If it touches it further over here, then it's going to be higher. Closer to here, it's going to be lower. Now, since then, we have touched the line and we've touched it. It's actually gone a little bit above, but we have topped out currently at a price of $1,283.30, and as you can see, it did pierce above that line. Now, I'm no magical grand wizard, soothsaying, prognosticating prediction machine. It's just pretty basic stuff based on technical analysis, so there's no need for me to jump up and down and go, hey, I predicted blah, blah, blah. It's pretty simple stuff, but we did touch that line. Now, if we punch in, let's see, to maybe the 30-minute time frame and see where the price has gone since then. Since hitting its new all-time high of $1,283.30, we have had a little bit of a retracement, and it did go down to, let's see, $1,239.40, and it has tracked back up, and it's sort of tracking sideways. Let's see where the price may go in the short term. So if we do some Fibonacci analysis, so we're using the Fibonacci tool on bitcoinwisdom.com, and we take the the new all-time high, and then we take it down to the short-term low there of 1239.40. Let's just find that's close enough for jazz. You can see that we have gone down to that low there, and we've punched back up. Now we're sort of tracking. Oh, it's kind of hitting in between the 38.2 and the 50%. It did go back up over the 61.8 percentile. What we do want to see if the price is going to go higher in the short term is we do want to see this price start tracking, heading up over the 61.8 percentile and start tracking in between 61.8 and 78.6 for a little bit. And the more it touches that 78.6 level at current price, that price will be $1,274. If it keeps knocking through that 1274 mark, then it should pierce above it eventually and then head to new highs. But if it does break down through this 38.2 percentile of about 1256 roughly, if it does hit that a number of times, it could possibly break down further, and it could break down under the 1239.40 mark. Now if we break down under there, we could likely see a test here. You've got this 50-day moving average, and you've got a 100-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is currently about 1250. The 100-day moving average at about 1230. So it could punch down to there. Going lower from there, you do have, let's see, you've got that old high now. I can't believe I'm saying it's an old high, but it's an old high of $1,220. That's the previous sort of short-term high. And talking even longer term, if we punch back out to the 3-day, you've got that longer-term lower trend line here. I don't think the price will get there anytime soon, but we certainly have to take that into account. So for example, if we do see a touch of the lower trend line in that longer upward trend channel, you're looking at a price of, you're looking at below $1,000, but I talked about that in my previous video, so do check that one out. I'll put a link to it again at the end of this video, but around about, $870. I don't think it's going to hit below the $1,000 mark, as I'd mentioned before, that very psychological barrier of 1,000, but that's kind of where we're sitting. I think we're probably going to track again between this upward trend line here and that 1,163 mark. Now that's from the long-term all-time high, which was in November of 2014. So that's also a larger psychological barrier. Now from here, where can we go? Now, in the short term, I did talk about again, this previous video, I talked about some Fibonacci extension calculations, and the first sort of main one I was mentioning was the 23.6 mark here, and that's sitting at $1,401.50, or let's just call it $1,400. And from there, over the longer term, well, I'll refer you back to this video here, Bitcoin price prediction for 2017. That gives you a slightly longer term overview for 2017. But just wanted to talk briefly about the price where it is right now, because we are over that very, very momentous price of gold. Will it stay over the price of gold in the long term? I don't know. We've got to see where the price of gold goes as well. But right now, it's pretty exciting stuff. So please, if you do want to keep updated on the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin news, head over to my channel, Joe in General. I talk many more things other than Bitcoin, lots of other stuff. So check out my channel and please hit the subscribe button. Thanks very much, guys. Hope you're in Bitcoin. If you're not in Bitcoin yet, I suggest you get in, but please do not take that as financial advice. Do your own research. Thanks very much. We'll speak to you soon.